All right, folks, the game just ended. Lakers versus Nets, and the Nets win. They moved to 21-42 on the season. The Lakers moved to 40-22 on the season. Teams with very, very different records, but one team obviously playing for something in terms of a playoff seeding, but missing a lot of players. Rui is out with a knee injury. Jackson Hayes, I think, had a knee contusion. He didn't play. LeBron is out with a groin. Did I forget anybody else? I don't know. There were a lot of players not available for the Lakers. They had to go to the bench. They got a little bit from Jordan Goodwin, a little bit from Gabe Vincent, who actually started. He had 24 points, season high. Luka had 22 points and 5 turnovers. I'm going to talk about those things later. Austin Reeves, 17 points. Dalton Connect, 19 points, getting some starting duty. But this game was so unusual. First of all, I think we saw what we expected. The Lakers didn't look the same without LeBron. You know, he's just a big part of their offense. He's obviously a distributor. He's a ball handler. He has a huge responsibility in terms of the offensive production. And with that not being there, a lot of other guys had to do more than they typically do. And they really didn't, with the exception of Gabe Vincent stepping up for 24 points. He was 6 of 9 from 3. So that's a really nice boost, and that actually kept them in the game. Dalton Connect gave you 19 points on 8 of 18 shooting, 3 of 9 from the 3. That's nice. Austin Reeves only got you 17. In a game like this, Austin Reeves is the second best offensive player on this team. He's just going to have to do more with LeBron out. There's no way around it. It's going to have to be him. So 17 is not going to be enough. He was 1 of 5 from 3. He was 3 of 14 from the field. He did a lot of other things, though. 10 assists, 8 rebounds, right? So he gave you something, a couple of offensive boards. But part of the trouble was Luka. He shot poorly. 8 of 25 from the field, 3 of 9 from the 3, constantly getting blocked from behind. His slowness, if that's a term, allowing other guys to kind of help defensively. He's getting blocked often on those little slow hesitation, kind of dragging the second pivot foot type moves. And the 5 turnovers continue to plague him. It's like 5 turnovers every game. And he did have 12 assists, but, I'm very critical of turnovers. I still believe he needs to take better care of the ball. And I'm not going to just relent on that. I'm not going to stop. I really do think that now the margin of error is even smaller, and they just can't do that anymore. With respect to the Nets, you got some from Cam Johnson, 18 points, 6 of 14 shooting. His points were the timely ones. It wasn't that he was just scoring efficiently or anything like that. But he did give you 3 steals, 5 assists, and 7 rebounds. So a nice round game for Cam Johnson. Nick Claxton gave you 12 points. D'Lo didn't do much, 8 points in 29 minutes. Keon Johnson, 18 points. Off the bench, Noah Clowney, pretty nice game, 19 points, 5 of 11 shooting, 3 of 8 from 3. And then Tyrese Martin, 14 points off the bench, 4 of 8 from 3. Folks, the Nets are trash. The Lakers should have still beat this team. The problem is the Lakers had absolutely no offensive flow. There's no continuity. There's no philosophy. There's no identity. It was simply iso ball, a lot of standing around watching Luka. And if Luka couldn't make it, he was just like dishing it away to just get it back. The fourth quarter offense was anemic. Failure to box out led to a layup by the Nets, which allowed them to go up either 2 or 3 possessions at the time. That was late in the fourth quarter. I think it was under a minute, maybe like 30-second mark. Like I said, Luka shot pretty poorly outside of probably that late 3, which it was a bomb. He hit it from like 30 feet away. There was like 10 seconds left in the game. But it happened on a blown assignment, so it may not have been there under normal circumstances. Luka's back to playing lazy defense. He is, kind of doing a lot of standing around. His conditioning still seems poor. The problems that we know about Luka that haven't really gone away, but were covered up by the winning, they're now going to stick out. There's going to be a lot of people asking questions about Luka because they're not winning. If they were winning, it was cool, right? Luka's the greatest, but let's be honest, he hasn't played great since he's gotten to LA. I think he's had a couple of games, maybe 1 or 2, where you could say he played pretty good. but it's not really there. He hasn't really been great since he's been in LA. And I know he's a great player and all those things, and he should get better, but just calling a spade a spade. I noticed a couple things from the coach of the Lakers, JJ Redick. He was actually not really coaching at the end of the game. I saw him kind of looking around, looking flustered and whatever, but I did see him kind of ask one of his assistants to draw up a play for Luka. I don't know if that means he doesn't typically do it and the assistants are doing it, but this appears to be something that I feared actually is true. I don't think he actually does any of the technical coaching things for the team. And I don't know, he's got this really weird energy about him, kind of angry, disgruntled. I mean, you're a competitor, you're in the game and stuff like that, but you have to have your cool. You have to have your composure in these types of games. And the Lakers defense gave up some easy dunks on an inbound play with 9 seconds left. And it was an and one. Gabe Vincent fouled him. That put the Nets up 5. Guys, the Nets are trash. The game that the Lakers probably should have won, could have won. And it's like they didn't want to win it. They just gave it away or whatever. Just very, very unusual. I thought they could win this game. I'm going to go ahead and look at kind of the schedule like in the near-term future. So they lost to the Celtics on Saturday. They lost to the Nets tonight. They have the Bucks on Thursday. They have the Nuggets on Friday. And then the Suns on Sunday, which they'll probably lose all 3 of those games. I guess they got a chance against the Spurs. They'll be hosting. Then they got the Nuggets again. They'll probably lose that one. And then they have the Bucks and the Bulls. They might have a chance to beat the Bulls. I don't think they'll beat the Bucks. And who knows? That would take them through March 22nd. That puts the kind of like LeBron return game point kind of in play, right? Because they said it might be like a 2-week injury. That would put it at about 14 or 15 days of missing time. So I don't know. After that, it's the Magic, Pacers, and Bulls. So there's winnable games there. It's gonna have to be Luka. I don't know how else to say it. Luka has to be better. Dalton Connect stepped up tonight. That was nice. Gabe Vincent stepped up tonight. That was nice. The Jackson Hayes absence was obviously meaningful tonight. Alex Len had to play extra, and that's not good. He couldn't score. Austin Reeves is going to have to do more if they're going to win some games. They could slide here, guys. They could slide several games, and then when you look at the standings, you're probably looking at the Nuggets passing them by without a question. And then the Grizzlies, they're right there in the thick of things, and so are the Rockets. And the Warriors aren't far back either. So depending how things play out, the Lakers could slide back to maybe a 4th or 5th spot. Worst case scenario, maybe even a 6th. And I don't think it'll get much worse than that, but that's possible. They could slide back a couple of spots. What do you guys think? If you watched the Lakers game, what did you see? Did you see what I saw? Did you see something different? How do you think the next couple of weeks are going to be for the Lakers? Is Luka going to step up, or is it going to be more of the same of what we've seen so far with bad shooting and some questionable efforts on defense? Let me know. Like, share, subscribe. Check out some more of our videos. We'll see you guys on the next one.